Hey, what's up? I'm back again, making a video, probably the last one this week. There's so much I'd like to talk about, but let's get to it. I would like to title this video, The Other Veronica. And first of all, I got me, I don't know if you can see that, my new necklace. And I already had these earrings from a few years ago. I got that on sale somewhere. You know, I just love rainbows. And I would like to talk about a number of things in this video. First of all, I like to start out by saying that the weather is amazingly pleasant, okay? It's that time of year when pleasant, cool, sunny weather can still happen, okay? It's that last breath of spring, so to speak. Like when you're less than halfway through the spring. I guess the first week of May is the last week, you know, up to Mother's Day, I think, that you could have pleasant, cool weather in the spring. And it's like that. It's about 60 degrees out there. And so I'd like to start out by saying that spring isn't over. It isn't summer. You know, people are stupid if they go swimming. And, you know, I'd like to talk about that and, you know, just how pleasant it is. But I don't want to spend too much time on that. Before you know it, we'll be back in June, and I don't know if I'm going to wear my rainbows in June because I definitely don't want people to get the wrong idea. But there's a number of things I like to talk about. First of all, I like to start out by saying that there is nothing wrong with rainbows for women. Okay, something really makes me mad, okay? And it's the way that we teach people what to think but not how to think. Okay, this makes me really angry, okay? You know, women have this idea, or girls are given the idea that rainbows are associated with sodomy, aka homosexuality, okay? When there was a time when that was not the case. You know, if you went back, say, 50 years ago and you put a rainbow flag in your front yard or something, they wouldn't know what that meant. You know, they would never assume that you were gay, because they didn't associate rainbows with homosexuality, okay? But it really makes me mad because, you know, rainbows have come to be associated with sodomy. But people never stop and analyze, why is that? You know, why is there a connection between rainbows and homosexuality? You know, why? What do rainbows have to do with being gay? And the reason is because homosexual males are breaking social norms by not being masculine. And masculinity is associated with, you know, being dull and boring in your wardrobe and not wearing colorful clothing. Okay, so if you're gay as a male, rainbows are feminine. And therefore, you know, they're associated with gay males, okay? So that's a good reason to associate rainbows with male homosexuals. But why should they be associated with lesbians? You see, that's what I've never understood, is why do people include lesbians in the whole rainbow thing? You know what I'm saying? Because if, you know, I don't know how to really put it into words other than to say, what's good for a boy is bad for a girl, and what's bad for a boy is good for a girl in many cases. Okay, so it really makes me mad that, you know, that you know, people don't stop and think about that for a moment. Okay, so if rainbows are gay for men, wouldn't they be appropriately feminine for women? You know what I'm saying? You know, I just don't really, first of all, you know, I think lesbianism is largely a myth. You know, as I've stated before, I don't really have an attraction to women so much as an aversion to men, you know, and that cannot be overemphasized. But, you know, the fact that rainbows are too feminine for straight guys to like most of the time should mean that if you're a woman, that doesn't apply to you. Okay, so if you're a woman and you like rainbows, which I have a special connection to rainbows, which I don't want to say what it is because then you'd know my real name, which isn't Veronica. And that's what I want to lead into. you know, rainbows are feminine. So if they're inappropriate for males because they're too feminine, why would they be inappropriate for females? You know what I'm saying? Why would rainbows be associated with lesbians? You know, why would someone think that I'm a lesbian if I have 2 rainbow earrings and a rainbow necklace to match? So, you know, one time, and this really, like I say, it really makes me mad. One time we had these rainbow sheets for a twin bed, okay? And there were many sheets that we got rid of for that twin bed, one of them being Rugrat sheets. And so we had sheets for the twin bed that had rainbows on them. You know, we had a lot of twin sheets that we got rid of. And one time a little sister needed some twin sheets for a college dorm because they only had twin beds. And I said, well, why don't you bring the rainbow sheets? See, she didn't want to bring like the Rugrats and all the other silly cartoon sheets from when we were little. I'm like, well, why not bring the rainbows? You know, that isn't too childish. She said, oh no, that represents gay or something, you know, that people will think you're gay if you have rainbow sheets. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're a female. You're not, you know, and it just doesn't make any sense. You see, and that's what I mean. People are taught what to think, not how to think. You know, they don't stop and analyze, now, why are rainbows gay? Because they're inappropriately feminine for men, okay? And so because they're pretty and feminine should mean that if you're a female, they're not gay. And she made my mom buy some camouflage sheets, you know, that pixel print that was more common around that time, and some blue sheets because she didn't want the rainbow sheets. Oh my gosh, the rainbow, which included pink. You know, somehow or another, even though she's a girl, camouflage and blue were more acceptable than rainbow. And that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It's like we're taught to identify with males and not even question, you know, why we do the things that we do. You know, so if something is gay for a male, that doesn't mean that it's gay for a female. Not that that really exists, right? I'm not convinced that it even exists. I don't believe women have a compulsion to do anything with other women. Okay? And so I guess I'll end this part of the video.